I said I have a class pet right now. My girlfriend's a teacher. Today's her last day of school. I could see this one coming about a mile away. So sure enough, a couple days ago, text comes in. Hey, is it okay if I bring the crabs home for the summer? Like,
How many?
There's 2 in there.
Oh,
and they're active at night. I don't sleep at night so well. So now in the other room, I've got what sounds like the aliens from Signs clacking. Like they love climbing the side of the tank. They love climbing the side of the tank, which means they cram their claws into the cracks and like scale it up for no reason. And they just sit at the top and then they fall in the morning. So all night it's like, like, honey, she's sleeping like a log. I'm like, I don't know if these crabs are gonna make it back to school come fall.
They probably won't.
Like telltale heart one night, like they finally escaped. I don't know what to tell you.
I used to sell hermit crabs on the Jersey Shore, and as such, I became kind of an expert on them, and I got into them, and I brought hermit crabs into my house too. Everything he's saying is exactly true: the nocturnal, the clicking, the clacking, etc. But I will tell you this: no matter how much love and affection you pour into a hermit crab, they will still pinch you. They never become friends. They never learn to like you. Don't kid yourself.
Here's the best part. The reason she brought them home early is because she said they were terrified in class because the kids were so loud. And I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? What are you saying? Go outside and try this again with real human, real adult thought. What are you talking about? And she goes, well, the kids would get all amped up. They come in and screaming. And then I look at the crabs and they're in their little house shivering. Like, honey, that doesn't work on me if a person was doing it. It definitely doesn't work if a fucking crab is doing it. I promise you that they're not afraid of the children.
They're just sleeping all day while the children are there in their homes.
They're just... I mean, you know who's the guiltiest of that? Hibachi chefs. I know it's not nearly as hard to crack that fucking egg, prick. make my fried rice.
You know who I want to fight? I want to get into fist fights with everyone who hands you an ice cream cone and then pulls it out the top. Like that whole scene. You thought you got the ice cream you paid for? You look like a fool. You look like a fool again.
Be like, here's your $5, and I'm going to that other guy's ice cream stand. No, thank you.
I straight up want to walk away before the sale is made because.
No, it's all in good fun. That would have been a fun little thing to see.
I like the hibachi guys, like especially if
I like them, but do you think it's as hard as they're making every time? When you're chopping up the chicken, you don't need to go ding, 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 ding.
Like sometimes they're just hitting the table with a spatula, making noise. You know,
yes.
But I like when they juggle the egg with the spatula when they're like flicking it and catching it over and
put
over.
It in their hat.
Yeah, and then finally they flick it and then turn the spatula sideways so it lands and cracks the egg and the egg spills out on the thing. And then they flick the shell away and start making your fried rice. I like it. So
well, the fried rice they make is the best fried rice ever. Always. There's so much oil in that.
Don't try to flick any food at me though. I'm not part of your show.
Oh, I'm all about the food flicking. I have the best time. I don't get why everybody at the hibachi place is so shy about trying to catch food. It's fun. It's a fun little.
You're an easy fucking target. They see you coming, they're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna try out some new move."
Today is the day I finally beat the Yoshi's record. I have no, sir. Over here, you sit in the close diagonal chair. Do you like very small pieces of shrimp?
You know what I don't like when they like. I walk in and they want to like pour alcohol down my throat from 9 feet away. Like, no, I don't want this at all. I don't want alcohol on my shirt. I don't want it in my mouth. What is it?
It's alcohol. Yeah, some of the stuff they do is alcohol. Like when they're doing the onion thing and making the
what's
volcano out of it. That's like some kind of Everclear or vodka or something. Because I remember when I was like 16, I was watching that happen like at a friend's birthday party at Hibachi. And I was like, what is that? And he was like, alcohol. I was like, no, it's not. And he's like, open. And then he did, and he gave me like a shot and a half worth of whatever that was, and I was like 16. I'm like, he's right, guys. It's out. This 42-year-old, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't joking.
Yeah,
to defy me. Now you get less shrimp than the rest.
That's the other thing, though. They always get the portions right. Like there'll be 8 people and they'll have a huge pile of rice, and by the time they're done, everybody has the exact same amount. Everybody's got the right amount of beef and chicken and pork
And veggies. Their veggies are delusionally good because you're like, this is the best zucchini I've ever had. And it's like, yeah, because it's been soaking in oil.
It was not funny. It was dangerous for everyone but me.
Kyle, I think it was funny.
I disagree. It's really funny.
They took me out to an abandoned house. First of all, this guy's property is 20,000 acres. I can't wrap my head around that. And I grew up around massive acreage farms that I knew that, like, oh yeah, this is 600 acres. It takes us 10 minutes to drive around it. My dad, a couple hundred acres. All right, we could walk around this whole place in a few hours. 20,000 is just you can't fathom it. You would need to see it from an airplane. So they drive me out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, late at night, and I'm armed, very armed. I have a Tarkov setup. I've got a fully automatic M4 with a 30 rounder. I got extra 30 rounders on my tactical rig. All right, I've got
This
red
is a
dot
Tarkov setup. Please tell me you had swordens and a helmet.
No helmet. Later on, we had helmets. We did. They had fucking night vision goggles on them, but no helmet at this point. And they're like, yeah, we're not far from the border. Sometimes illegals will come up through here, come onto the ranch, and they'll stay in this abandoned place up here. We've caught them before. I was like, what do you do? He's like, we call border patrol. They come and get them. He's like, let's clear the house. And I'm like, let me go first. Let me be the tip of the spear. And so I'm fucking clearing this house with a goddamn machine gun like I'm a SWAT team, flashlight, and just this corner, that corner. I'm checking.
Were you
corners.
feeling really cool?
I was feeling scared because they told me they might be in there, and I've taken a bunch of special forces training classes out in like various places, like how to clear rooms. That you check this corner and then that corner, and like usually there's a target that you go pop 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 pop, and so I finally get to the back room. And I look up and there's a big fucking dude there staring at me. Must be 6'3", 6'4", and he's got his arm cocked back. And I fucking pull that thing up to his chest, and I realize it's John Elway. Football. And he's like this, you know. And I'm just like, what if I burnt John Elway down and those bullets go through this fucking wall and take somebody out? I don't even know which direction I'm facing right now. This was not funny, John.
No, that's pretty funny. Did you make any audible noises? Did you go like, oh? Like,
I don't think I did. I think I just went.
But your heart's pitter pattering.
Oh yeah, my heart was pounding. Yeah. My heart was going as soon as I walked in because this is like. It's just what we train for. Like how many fucking silly classes and special forces operators have I like hung out with, and like how many shoot rooms have I been through? And they're like, all right, might be some Comancheros in there. There might be some fucking drug runners hiding in my cabin. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, you fucking burn them down. I'm just all right, let's fucking go.
All right, let's go burn down John Elway.
It's fucking John Elway.
What do I now? Hypothetical. What do I do if I call across a Hall of Fame quarterback? Now that might fuck, he saw right through us. Yeah.
I didn't think that was funny.
I assume they were smart enough to stand behind, where you'd be not on the wrong side of John Elway.
I don't know.
Imagine.
There were so many people around. There were
Really?
a dozen of us. I just remembered this story. I hadn't thought about this in so long. There's a lot of turnover in sales in the sales department, of course, and so it was almost like being in a unit in Vietnam. You didn't want to befriend the new guy too much because he might not be around too long.
Because his name's handwritten on a business card.
Yeah,
and don't trust the Vietnamese prostitute.
I gotta scratch a paper here.
Right.
And the people that you had been working with for a while, you felt like you were part of the original unit or whatever. Well, these new guys came and they were hardworking and they were
like Band of Brothers. We're like, we didn't want to get too close to him because we just tore me up to see him get killed.
That's right. That's exactly. It's a rough business, and but these guys moved down, and they had formerly worked in like insurance or something. They were young guys. They were like my age, maybe a couple years older, 23, something like that, and they were hard workers, and that was getting them through. One more so than the other. I wish I could remember their names well. I think it was Kyle and Travis actually, and Kyle's doing real well. Travis was not, and they even looked their level of success. Kyle looked smart, had his head shaved, his glasses were nice. He always wore a dress shirt and a tie. And Travis was slovenly, like he was a little overweight, and his beard was always unkempt, and he was struggling real bad. He was still on an air mattress because he couldn't afford to get his shit out of storage back in Pennsylvania. So like they auctioned it all off while he's in Atlanta. So he's living on a goddamn air mattress. But he fucked a girl on that air mattress one night, and I told him that was one of the most incredible accomplishments in fuckery I'd ever seen. Like I've gotten some girls, but I've never been able to fuck one on a fucking air mattress. Like you brought her back and she didn't just walk right out. Like, nope, she was down. That thing went flat about halfway through too. But anyway, he takes a car back to get it detailed. He miraculously sold a car, and a homeless man is back there. He's not supposed to be back there. It's very much a fenced-in area. It's like back behind our service department, far away from the showroom floor. And the homeless man tries to rob him. He has nothing. He has nothing on him. And he's like, I don't have anything, man. And the guy poked him with a little penknife. Like, I say poked because it certainly wasn't a stab wound. He got poked him. He poked him. It was like something from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when they're at the carnival and that guy just like stabs. He stabbed him, but it was a bullshit stab. Like he's like, he stabbed me. Oh, and I hear coming over the radios. The place is so big, there's radios everywhere. I don't carry a radio, but the managers all have them, and you can hear the radios nearby. Travis has been stabbed back behind and I'm just like, what the fuck? And like I've got a gun, so I'm just like, get the gun, fucking throw it into my suit jacket. We get on the golf cart, we drive fucking back there. Nobody's back there. This guy's made his escape. He's over the fences, and once you're over that fences, he's in friendly territory. Let's just put it that way. We're not venturing. That's the DMZ over there. If we're in Nam, like he's made it into Laos. Okay, like we can't go over there. We won't come back unscathed. And but he's fucking poked like in his palm. Like he tried to defend himself, and the guy stuck him in the fucking palm. He's like
in the palm.
Yeah, in the palm. Yeah, he's like holding his hands up, and the guy like pokes him with and I can only imagine it was like one of those Swiss Army bullshit little pin knives. But
right.
It's like this is the worst job, man. I've had the hardest time. I'm like, well, you sold a car. He's like, I made $50, man. I made $50.
Man, I'm out here getting poked.
I made $50 in that car.
That wasn't the issue we had with early employees. When you generally, when people get a job selling exotic cars, they make some crazy personal financial decision, and the most common one is to buy a motorcycle. And Georgia is a little bit peculiar in that to get motorcycle insurance, you have to have a motorcycle license, and to get a motorcycle license, you have to take the test. And to take the test, you have to have a motorcycle. So you have to have it before you can insure it.
Yeah, that seems ass backwards.
And they will finance them without you having insurance or a license. So you can get a loan for a non-insured asset and then go through the process and hopefully be able to insure it. And so we had a lot of guys that would come in and literally the first week they buy a motorcycle. And one of the guys' name was Nick, and he was young, just I'm so cool. I'm selling exotic cars. I'm everything I want to be. And so he buys this Victory motorcycle, and I don't know what it's like, $15,000, and finances every dollar of it. Most car salesmen have a tremendous amount of negative equity in their cars. It's a strange thing, or motorcycles too. And he's never ridden one. Doesn't have any of the steps completed. Doesn't have a license. Doesn't have insurance. Nothing. And so I'm on the phone actually trying to buy a Bugatti for a customer, and it's like a nice kind of fall day. We got the doors all open, and it was getting time to close. And so I hear them outside, and one of the guys that worked at the store that knew how to ride a motorcycle was like, well, I'm going to pull it inside. They had dropped it off to us. Like, he didn't drive it away from the dealership. They came and gave it to him. And so it was in a lot, and he started, it was pulling it in. And he's like, hey, I just want to sit on my new motorcycle. And one of the rules of motorcycles is you don't sit on one without a helmet. And if you don't know how to drive one, you don't sit on one while it's running. And, you know, because with a car, like if you don't know what you're doing and you just do nothing, you'll usually slowly roll into whatever's in front of you. With a motorcycle, if you suddenly let go and do nothing, you launch into whatever is in front of you. And so he was probably about 18, 20 feet from the back of a Porsche Panamera. And he obviously just like kind of doesn't know what he's doing, tries to make it move and just drops the clutch and blasts himself into this Panamera and shatters the back glass of it with his face. No helmet or anything, obviously. The motorcycle drags along the side of the Panamera and does a bit of damage to it. And so I hear just screech, bang, crash, boom. And I go out there, and the guy who had kind of let him sit on his motorcycle, that knowing he didn't know how to do it, was like freaking out, trying to pick up the bike. Our sales manager was out there, like noticing all the blood coming out of Nick's face, and he's freaking out. And so I go over there, I kind of grab his face. I'm like, yeah, we're going to have a fun night tonight. And so he comes out, and so fortunately, I don't know, I had like a moving blanket in my car. So I got him in there, and he keeps looking down, and all the blood's just dripping out of his face, all cut up. And so we go up to the emergency room, and there's like little girls with broken arms and stuff like that. And we look like we just came from an axe murderer. And I'm probably the axe murderer because he's the one with all the blood on him, but it was covered in blood. So they get him in immediately. And the first doctor walks in and sees how much blood and how cut up he is, and is like, nope, not doing that. And he goes out and calls another guy. Second dude comes in.
Can you do that as a doctor?
Yeah. I guess they
probably want that. Right?
The second doctor,
because I don't want a doctor that says, "Hey, I'll give it a go."
I feel like I got it. I got to learn sometime. So,
I've been doing this for 3 months, so I got it.
That's right. That's right. New personal best for stitches. But the third guy was like the stitch guy, because during the time he was putting about 80 stitches in Nick's face, 2 times people came in like needing the stitch guy, and he's like, "No, I can't." And I mean, you know, he's young, kind of vain, just freaking out. No, he's never going to look like anything but Leatherface again.
Yeah, there's some scarred up 8-year-old girl somewhere because of this guy's motorcycle.
Her arms all, like,
yeah, the good doctor wasn't available.
I shouldn't have tried to pet the pit bull. I'm to blame. I'll remember every time I try and use peripheral vision or depth perception with my remaining eye.
I just don't know how you put an ear on backwards.
I didn't have 2 left ears before the pit bull. They grabbed out of the mismatch pile. Anyway, sorry.
They worked on him for 3 hours. It was awful. And I mean, he pulled back a flap of face, and an ant walks out that I guess had been on the Porsche. And I was like, Nick, I mean, you got a story from today, but that ant has got really something to tell his friends when he gets back home. But they got him all stitched up, and I gave him one of my shirts. We go get something to eat. So it's like 2, 3 in the morning. At that
you guys
point.
Went to White Castle afterwards or something.
Waffle House.
Steak and shake, absolutely.
Ooh,
and I mean,
nice.
He's like wrapped up mummy style on his face, and everybody's like, "What in the world?" It was like one of those scenes in a movie where they just finished Fight Club, and like you can tell they're having just a whole different experience than the rest of the guests of the restaurant that night. But no, he was eternally grateful for that. And but the problem was, of course, new employee, no insurance, and no motorcycle insurance to pay medical bills. And so before we leave, they're like, how do you want to pay for this? He's like, well, I don't know. I don't have insurance. And like, we can go speak to our financial counselor. And so we go sit in front of this huge woman that's going to tell us, whatever Nick's going to owe. And she's like, she hands us a bill. It's like $8,500. And he's like, darn it, because he's already got to pay for his total motorcycle over the next like 60 months. And now he's got this huge medical bill that he can't get insurance for. I was like, well, if we walk out of here, I know your collection rates drop pretty fast. So what if we were to pay it right now? And she's like, oh, well, in that case, we could do a pretty big discount. We could probably take like 25% off. I don't know. I mean, it's not convenient to pay it right now. She's like, well, I don't know. What if it was half off? I was like, well, still, that's still $4,000. Man, that's a big Amex bill this month. And she's like, I don't know if I can do any better than that. I said, well, I don't know. Then I can pay any more than what, I was like, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $800. And she's like, let me see what I can do. She starts fake typing.
Yeah.
And she's like, we'll take it. And I
So
was
you got like
then-
92% off.
Yeah, and actually, then I pulled out my wallet. I was like, you know what? I've got $500 in cash. And she's like, and then Nick's like, stop.
The Stitch Man needs his payments.
That's right. Yeah.
That is.
I
feel
didn't
like
know. I heard you tell that story.
Oh, yeah.
Like just 4 hours ago, I was listening to you tell that story, and I felt so stupid because all my life I've negotiated everything. Like if I'm kind of aware of the things that are negotiable. I go buy a new living room suit. I'm haggling with this guy. I know he's on commission. I'm like, is there any wiggle room there? He's like, no, and I think you're getting a good deal here. I'm like, well, I don't really think I am. Maybe I'll go to rooms to go. And let's see what we can do, and just keep going until they're willing to let you walk out the door. That's kind of my modus operandi on most things. Furniture, cars. My Sirius satellite radio, my car insurance, everything. Like Sirius satellite radio will go from like $50 a month to like $8 a month after about a 30-minute phone call. I had no idea you could negotiate medical bills because I've had to pay some.
I knew you could do it. I didn't know you could do it that well. That is what's shocking me, right? When he said $3,000, I'm like, this is hilarious. He's gonna meet him in the middle at 31. No, he didn't. He met him at 800 and nearly got 5. That is,
Yeah.
I feel like there are times in my life I should just give Ed a call. Hey, I'm about to spend $8,000. I'll split the difference between what I actually spend with you.
Yeah.
You might spend 15 minutes on the phone earning $1,500. That seems worth
actually
it.
a good consulting gig.
You can buy a knighthood on the internet, a
I don't
real
know what
one.
a knighthood is.
Like,
You'll be Sir Taylor.
Oh,
you know what
like
I
a
mean.
literal knighthood?
$150.
Did you think
That's
it was
cool.
a hood made of the opposite of daylight?
No, I thought it was a hood that you wear at nighttime.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think Sealand does that. Let's
Oh.
see. Sealand knighthood. Yeah,
I'm gonna get.
How much does it cost to be a knight? That's cool.
I think it's $150.
Do you think
Really?
it would be fun to pay for that and then make a scene at the DMV and things like, sir, we do not add sir to the front of your
I
name.
could have it say "Sir" under our names: Sir Woody, Taylor, Sir Kyle.
There you go.
This is worth it. Oh, and you can become a sir or a dame. Neat.
Yeah.
Same price though. One customer review. I don't feel any different. Yeah.
Wait, I hope it. Oh, let's read the review. Having received my official nightly papers today, I am very impressed by the presentation of the documents enclosed, not to mention the speedy arrival of the package in question. I cannot say I am surprised, however, seeing that the Principality of Sealand has not been known to do anything by halves. True, these papers are designed to a very high standard, but in order for them to have true meaning, I must be true to the code of chivalry and the plight of my fellow man. Blessings upon Prince Michael. I feel honored to take up the mantle of knight and change the world for the better. And then, Jesus. Concilio et animus excelsior?
Ooh,
Non-words.
that sounds fancy.
Yeah, this sounds
Oh.
like a fake review.
Here's your diploma with transcripts for $200.
Dude, I'm off of the sir train because Sealand will also make you a duke. I will be a duke, which means I get land and prima nocta. I walk over to my
Prima
nocta.
go over to my neighbor's house and demand.
I declare prima nocta.
We've called the police on you so many times this week. Don't make us do it again. I say, I've got a cane and a cape on. Highland titles. Oh, you can be a lord or a lady. What's higher up, a lord or a duke?
This is, I don't know.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Includes your own plot of land in Scotland. Allows you to style yourself as lord or lady of Glencoe. Help support a unique conservation project. All right. I'm going to buy a plot. I can get a 1 foot by 1 foot plot for $45, and I will be a lord of Scotland.
I like the reviews. There's a dude here pointing at his square of land. Do you see him in the woods?
Just- you can buy 1,000 square feet. Like you could maybe put a very small living place there.
Start your own primitive living channel.
What is this? Oh, this comes with a gift pack, a 5-year plan, a tree dedicated in my honor.
But only if there's already a tree on your foot.
Oh, and you 5-year fishing rights and a lamb's wool scarf. I'm not about to lose money on this. I'm gonna buy if I buy 10 1,000 square foot areas in this. Can I go live in Scotland as a lord? Could I?
Wait. 10 1 foot? Or I didn't. What did you just say?
1,000 feet.
A 1,000 square feet is $750. It lets you buy up to 10 of those in one purchase. So for $7,500, I could have a lot more land.
10
It's
times as much.
incalculable.
Yeah.
At least 5 times as much. At least 5 times as much land.
Minimum.
Maybe more.
Even more. Could you go live there? Or do I still have...
No,
There's
well,
no
wait.
way.
No, because you wouldn't be a citizen.
You're a duke, though.
But not
That
a
means
citizen.
no. This isn't a duke, Kyle. This is a lord, which is either better or worse than duke. I'm leaning
Ah.
better. What is better, a lord or a duke? I'm gonna look that up.
I am going to look it up too.
What are like the? Is this all like? What is better, lord or duke?
Duke is better.
The highest grade is Duke/Duchess, followed by
Oh.
Marcus and Marchioness. Earl, the
Marquis.
Oh,
A mark. You can become a duke, a marquis, an earl, a viscount, or a baron.
I would be a
Viscount. That
Viscount.
sounds cool. How much does it cost to become a viscount?
Yeah, he sounds like he's a nefarious kind
so
of guy.
here's the answer. Dukes and duchesses are addressed with their actual title. All those other ranks, marquis, earl, viscount, etc., are lords.
Oh, so I could go all the way down to baron and still be a lord.
That's right.
Okay, well, they almost got me. They almost got me to spend $7,500.
And all you'd be is a shitty lord. And for $150, I'm a duke.
But if I'm a duke, people have to refer to me as Duke.
Mhm.
Duke Taylor.
Yeah.
All right. Do they have to do it in America too?
They don't
Can I
have
go-
to do shit.
Can I go
here.
change my driver's license?
Ooh.
I am a Duke. I come in high heels and makeup. Oh, that'd be so funny. Man, that's pretty cool though. I like all those little like old timey rankings. Helps me understand things like Game of Thrones better. Do you get to make up your own British sounding place?
No, because it's a real knighthood or a real earlship or
It's-
whatever the fuck. But like
In
they're
Sealand.
yeah,
right?
yeah, it's a locale and they're actually doing it. It's not just somebody printing off something. I mean, it is, but like they have the authority to do it.
Do you know?
Oh.
Have you heard of Sealand? Are you familiar with it?
I just looked it up. The Principality of Sealand has 27 people.
Yeah, I think it's an island off Great Britain, right? One of those
I
that
think
like makes
so.
it difficult to understand what Great Britain is.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sealand, UK, maybe.
Yeah, it's Principality of Sealand.
I can't
It's a
find-
micronation that claims Ruff's Tower, an offshore platform in the North Sea, approximately 12 kilometers off the. This is boring already. Sealand from above is just like a raised platform. That's so fun, man. Sealand looks shitty. I don't want to be a duke here.
No one else will have you, sir.
Area claimed total 0.004 kilometers squared.
I can't
I
see it
prefer
on
our
the map.
imperial.
Google Maps
Wait,
doesn't zoom in enough.
I know people who own more land than that.
Oh, of course you do. Yeah.
Wait,
This is like-
0.004 square kilometers? What is
Yeah.
that
So
in
that's
acres?
that's 0.0. Well, let's
And
pop that into Google and see.
Yeah, convert square kilometers to acres and then divide for me.
2 acres. 0.988 acres.
I have more land than that.
Wait.
Now, Woody, hear me out.
Wait.
If I
That's
give you $160, can I be a duke?
Yeah, sure.
you're telling me that Sealand is 1 acre?
Yeah, it's 1 acre. Did you look up the picture
Nah,
and see
dude,
what it
that's-
is?
Would you please?
Yeah. Here's
Hang on.
Sealand, the Principality of Sealand.
I
Here,
can't
here's
look
the
it up on the
wiki
map.
link.
Holy shit, you're right. It's
Yeah.
0.9884 acres. It's less than an acre.
It's
Why would they
just
be
a
the wrong thing?
platform in the sea. It's Sealand.
Oh. It's not an island, folks.
This is
All
where
right,
you're
just-
Duke.
I'm the
Just so you
Duke
guys know,
of Sealand.
it looks like the most pathetic oil platform of all time.
They're
Like
seeing
there are
it,
oil
yeah.
platforms that look much cooler than this. It's
That's-
literally like 2 pylons that come out of the water and a rectangular platform on top, and then somewhere you'd land a helicopter. Who lives there? That 28 people's way too many.
It is way too many.
Well, the prince of Sealand is Michael Bates. So let's see.
Prince
He's
is
a British
taken.
author and businessman.
How much for Prince? There could be more than one prince, right? I mean,
I
like,
don't know.
aren't there like a bunch of princes and then one of them becomes king?
Does he?
Aren't like in the royal family? Aren't 2 of them called prince? something
Sure,
or
but
other?
you'd have to be his brother.
Who's the king of
you and your
Sealand?
rules. I think the rules might be different in Sealand.
Wait, no. Is this just like a little bit of? What does that mean? A principality? Like I know what it means in the context of normal stuff, but this says Principality of Sealand. Is it just part of England?
Don't get us started down that road, dude. You're gonna have to watch a 15-minute YouTube video
Oh,
to
yeah.
understand
Yeah.
the difference between the Isle of. There's a lot of complicated shit going on over there. All right, it's
Oh.
don't get started.
On the afternoon, the 06 fire. On the afternoon of 23 June 2006, the top platform of the Ruffs Tower caught fire due to an electrical fault. A Royal Air Force rescue helicopter transferred 1 person to the hospital directly from the tower. Man, that's a national tragedy. In
The day
Sealand.
the country burned.
the country burned. It took weeks to repair in its entirety.
I wonder if he could just build onto that platform and claim more and more land. And like if he wanted 2 acres, could he just double that fucking platform he's got out there?
So,
So here's the answer.
Sealand has 3 businesses. I think they're all interesting. One is coins and stamps, which is they just make bullshit coins and shit and sell them. 2, titles of nobility, something we've already stumbled upon. And 3, Haven Co.
So I got that I got that thing taken off my eye last week. And what do you ask me like it wasn't cancer or anything, was it? And I was like, no. The doctor assured me that because there were eyelashes growing through it, that's a sign it's not cancer. Well, they call me Friday and they go, so it's cancer. They call me Friday and she's like,
music on.
she's like, the doctor would like to talk to you about your test results. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me. And she's like, well, he wants you to come in. And I'm like, that's not a good sign. Well, I can't come in. And my dad just had come in that day. So like he literally has walked in the door like as I'm on the phone. And I'm like, I can't come in today. And it's Memorial Day weekend. So like it's gonna be Tuesday, which is Tuesday, a couple days ago, before I can get in there and actually see this guy. I'm like, it'll be Tuesday before I can get in there to see him. Just tell me. And she's like, hang on, I'm going to get him. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. And the doctor comes on. He's like, so I was wrong. The test results came back. It's cancer. You have cancer. And I'm like, well, that sucks. He's like, yeah, we're going to have to. He's like Lumberg on Office Space. Yeah, we're gonna need to go back into your eye on Saturday and remove a little more skin on Sunday and get clean margins for Monday so that you don't die.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that'd be great.
Can you go?
So, no, go ahead. What's the question?
I didn't understand the timeline. They're going in on Saturday to get.
No,
skin
that's
and
an Office Space reference because
Oh,
Lumberg wanted
I'm
to
sorry.
come in
That's-
on Saturday and Sunday and work
Sharp
the
as a
weekend.
marble. Sharp as a marble. Right.
Yeah, it'd be different if you hadn't seen that movie many times and referenced it. In any case, any case, got a little bit of the cancer. They don't think it's spread anywhere else, but we're gonna do some scans or blood tests or what have you and find out for sure.
Yeah, whatever test.
And my doctor is a plastic surgeon. That's his like primary thing he does. And so he's going to take like a very small wedge from like the bottom of my top eyelid and then bring it all together. And he assured me there'd be like no scarring or anything. He's like, I deal with people who have car accidents and it literally like rips their whole eyelid apart. And I piece those things back together like puzzle pieces with very minimal scarring. So I'm good with that.
You're gonna look great. And if you have a little bit of an eye scar, you're gonna look hardcore.
Oh, if they do that, I'm gonna ask him for a Khal Drogo. I'm gonna just get it to run all the way through.
Or an Omar.
Exactly. I don't want an Omar. No, the Omar is
man up.
Omar.
Would you get an Omar?
If the Khal Drogo is intense, the Omar is even more intense.
the Omar is not the kind of look I'm going for.
Okay, first of all, real side thing. I want you to introduce yourself to every guest we have from here on out as a cancer survivor.
I'm putting that one right here. I can make cancer jokes forever now. I don't give a fuck.
I'm really jealous of your ability.
I got my C card
valor now, and you don't even have to steal it. You don't even have to steal cancer valor. Just don't answer what kind of cancer you have. They're like, oh my god, what kind? You go, I don't want to talk about it. John McAfee style.
What kind of torture was it? It was fluffy fingers. It's when they get you and just tickle you and won't stop. And that works.
Well, they killed my dog. I'll tell you that much. All right, thanks, Kyle. Yeah,
they cut off all my hair.
Comments. Yeah.
So
we were talking about wire stuff. This character Ziggy.
Wait, we can't leave the cancer thing that quick. We're talking about Kyle's cancer.
Right. Enough cancer talk. Let me talk about this HBO show from 2005. You're not going to believe it. All right? Who cares about your T cells? Omar Little. That's what it's about.
And it's 2002. I'm sorry. Keep updating us. What do we got?
I'll go back into this. I haven't called him yet. I should have to arrange the next surgery. I'll probably call tomorrow or whatever. I've had a lot of stuff going on. But I'm going to call and schedule the next surgery and go get it. This time I'll get fentanyl, Woody's favorite drug. So I'll be really out of it so I won't have to feel them cutting my eyelid apart.
If they ask you how you feel, there are two answers: anxious or nervous. Either one of those. Yeah.
I'm already in pain.
Yeah, that's the point of the fentanyl. Like, I'm anxious, I'm scared, shit like that.
Yeah, I talked. That's the main thing I asked him on the phone. I asked about scarring and I asked about anesthesia, and he's like, no scarring, lots of anesthesia.
Those are the answers you want.
Yes.
Those are the answers you want. So yeah, they'll cut a wedge. They'll make sure they got clean margins. Sew me up. And I ordered a really fucking cool eye patch off of Etsy that's handmade. Yeah. So I'll be rolling that thing. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's one of those movie, video game, like iconic eye patches that I'm going to, I think it'll look pretty nice.
Cool.
Iconic eye patches.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
No, it's not like Google. Yes, it's what. No, I googled custom made eye patches, and it led me to an Etsy link where some fucker makes these like leather fancy eye patches from a certain property. So I ordered it.
That cannot be a very large marketplace to serve.
There was only one for sale. I got the last one. So either they're very hot or that's the only one he ever made. Either way, limited edition.
I'm telling you, hun, as soon as the first one orders and gets the word out there, we're going to be selling them like hotcakes.
Might be right. You guys might see my cool eye patch and be like, God damn, that's a good look, Kyle.
I found two cool eye patches. I think I know which one is yours. I won't spoil it.
Link it in here, and I'll confirm or deny.
Should we solidarity purchase eye patches?
Oh, that'd be cool, boys. Get the Mad Eye Moody one from Harry Potter. That'd be cool.
I don't know.
It's got like, oh, well, you really should get into that's the exact one I bought. I bought that one. You'll notice there are no more of those for sale. That is the one I bought.
And it was Woody's first guess.
Yep. Nailed it.
$30. Look like Solid Snake.
It says ships in 1 to 2 business days. So they might have restocked.
Oh, it's on the way. Oh, I ordered it as soon as I got the diagnosis.
Oh, well, it's a really serious diagnosis. Doc, am I going to get lots of drugs? And what are your recommendations on eye patches?
Yeah, that was fucking bullshit. We were at the Tilted Kilt in Bolingbrook, Chicago, I want to say, or something like that. Something like that. And fuck, did I get shit faced? Oh my god, the owner, there was no way around it. There's no way around it. Like the owner of the place, like knew who I was and was like a fan. They were playing my goddamn video. It was like a sports bar, and like they had TVs in the place. Half the TVs are playing football and hockey, and the other half are playing my videos.
Mhm.
And we've got a table of like 18 of us there, and everybody's buying me a drink, and everybody's picking like whatever their favorite drink is. Nobody's asking me what I want. I ordered what I wanted, a single Dos Equis beer. That's what I wanted.
I think they were also assuming you wanted vodka. I think there was a lot of vodka.
They
I don't know if it
always
was-
assume I want vodka.
Yeah.
And that's true now. I've kind of warmed up to it, but back then it was tequila. I would always, and I'd probably, if I were out drinking, I'd probably go with tequila. I like tequila a
Why
lot.
don't you switch up your drinking like when you're playing video games and mix it up with some tequila?
I don't know, that the Tito's goes down so fucking smooth, and there's no real flavor. It's just I drank some what is it, Glenfiddich?
Yeah,
that what it is?
scotch.
Yeah, I had a Glenfiddich 12 today at lunch with my burger. It was disgusting.
You just
It
happened to
was.
have Glenfiddich 12.
Yeah, I was at a friend's house. She had it, and I was like, "This is all you got?" She's like, "Yeah." Smelled it, and I literally cringed when I smelled it. I went,
I've been
I
there.
shivered.
I've been
I
there.
literally shivered. I shivered from the smell of it, and I was like, "Do you have anything to chase it with?"
Well, you just got a burger and fries. You can just
I was like, and I found like she had a Coca-Cola, and I poured some Coke on ice, and I was just like, oh. I did like, a couple of shots of that, enjoyed my burger, and took a little nap, and it was disgusting. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. But anyway, that trip there, like, as soon as we sat down at the fucking table in Chicago, it was like I had the beer I ordered, and then I had like 2 shots of Jameson and a shot of vodka and some sort of weird and a Jaeger bomb and then some other mixed drink, and it's all for me.
it's
It's
all
all the-
congealing in your belly together.
I haven't even started on them yet. They're just sitting there. Like I'm not saying one after another. This happened, and then a few minutes later there was this drink. I'm saying immediately all of these drinks were pushed in front of me. Like somebody was like, "Yeah, a shot of Jameson for everyone at the table," and I was like, "Well, I've got that shot here, and oh yeah, here, Kyle, here's a shot of tequila," and that's sitting there. I haven't even taken my first sip of anything yet, and I've got like literally 5 drinks, and so I just went through them real quick, and I'm wasted already. Like we just got here, and I'm too drunk. I'm too drunk already, and we just arrived. And I remember going to the bathroom and pissing, and like I pissed, I flushed the toilet, and I put the toilet seat down, and I sat there, and I remember distinctly looking at the floor and going, "You already ruined the night.
Yeah.
This was going to be a great night."
You didn't want to try and force a yak?
I was like, "You probably could have fucked one of those waitresses. They're playing your fucking videos out there. They want to know who you are. You could have fucked one of those dirty Hooters, because it's like Hooters, but with like a Scottish spin on it. Could have fucked one of those bitches. The owner would have given you a little help there. The owner's got me in the back of the kitchen. He brings out an assault rifle in the kitchen of the restaurant and had him signing it in the back room somewhere. Jeremy's there, and so now it's me and Jeremy and the owner, and we're out back in an alley, like smoking cigarettes, wasted. And the owner and the owner's like, obviously he runs a bar, so like alcohol is worthless to him. It's like it's like ammo for me. And he's just like, "Yeah, if you want to take a couple of cases of beer back with you, feel free." And I'm like, "Oh no. I'm honestly I'm kind of shit faced right now, and I don't want any more beer." And Jeremy's like, "I'll take a few cases."
That's so Jerry. That's so Jerry.
It's so fucking trashy.
Right? Jeremy's like, I'll take a few of them free cases of beer. I'm an FPS Russia sidekick. I load the magazine. I'm like,
Guy, yeah. I don't know. That takes me back in a special kind of way. Like, yeah, that's everything I know about Jeremy right there.
Yeah, just immediately piped up, no shame, no like awareness of the social situation that he was in. That like, oh, this guy's offering this thing to Kyle because like he's a fan of
'Cause
Kyle.
he really likes what Kyle does.
He really likes Kyle and he
Right?
wants to
And
befriend Kyle
Jeremy's
in this
acting
way.
like he's doing it because he has too much alcohol on hand.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, well, hell, if you've got too many Dos Equis, I'll take a few cases.
Yeah.
It's-
Don't you
No,
don't
Jeremy.
keep in contact with him anymore, right?
Yeah, I spoke to him
Oh,
2
you still
months
do?
ago or something like that. Yeah, I was back home and I was,
What's he up
Jeremy
to? Did we get a Jeremy update?
Working hard in a welding. He does some sort of like welding where
Does he
like
get certified and such? Like
I don't know about that,
Okay.
but like he works at a job where he assembles like fuel tanks or something like that. So he like moves multiple components, assembles them together, welds them together, and like test proofs them with some pressure bullshit and sends them on down the line. You know, it's a hard job, but he works like a ton of hours and he's making a decent living now. And he's got I don't even know how many fucking kids, dude. Like the lady he married already had at least one, maybe two, and then he's had at least 3, maybe 4 with her, to the point where he's got somewhere between 4 and 6 children under that roof at this point.
Jesus.
It's a shit show. It's a fucking shit show.
How old is he?
Fuck. 25, 26? Can't be 27. And just a moron. I mean, Woody's met the man. Is this Jeremy?
yeah, I mean, I bet his IQ's over 80.
Yeah, somewhere between 80 and 90, I would say.
Yeah.
And it just and he's a
So he'd be like a pretty bright guy in Somalia.
yes, he would
Do you think
be.
they have a low IQ in Somalia? They don't have a regular.
Oh yeah, you just look up like world IQ by map, you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just picked them because I like off the top of my head, I feel like that's one of the lowest. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know
just
why I
go
thought
with-
every population that was big enough would just center at 100.
Yeah,
Oh
you-
no,
That's what some people would like you to believe, but
no. But anyway,
No.
Jeremy's 20, 25, maybe 26 years old, and he has
yeah,
6
with like a
children.
whole like he's
Is
got
he
like half
Mormon?
a baseball team. No, he's
baseball team.
yeah, he's fucking start. He's got a starting lineup over there at this point, and he's also like a volunteer fireman or some bullshit like that. It's like, how are you finding time to volunteer as a fireman?
Oh,
when
you get
you've got-
enough kids and you find a way to get out of the house.
That's what I was thinking too. And his wife is a nut job, from what I've been told. And
Really?
people that know her say she's a real nutty bitch.
It's interesting. He's not the only guy that I know who's like kind of made more of himself after a couple of kids. Like they found that to be what they needed to get kicked into gear.
I don't
I've
know.
seen that with the friends in my own life, where like once they have a kid, like a weird thing clicks, and it's like they go into overdrive.
Sometimes with athletes, it goes the other way. Like their whole life was centered on that thing, and now they have kids, and they're like, you know what? Actually, I could take or leave this thing.
That actually makes sense. I'd never thought about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Jeremy's the
athletes
worst.
they already make so much.
Jeremy has always been just a perpetual kind of stupid, shitty person. Not intentional. Like he
It's a
doesn't
little
do wrong
intentional.
because
I don't like that he borrows your guns with no intention of giving them back. Like you have to.
he doesn't know any better.
Catch
He doesn't
him.
know any better. He's just like he's environmentally shitty in that way. Like I if you
I'm
really
not lending
break
him my
down-
sewing machine.
No, he doesn't want it. Jeremy is a straight man.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. But he's done plenty of shitty things. Like his borrowing often amounts to stealing. Like
I
he just
really,
takes
really
things.
don't like that. I don't know. That one sinks deeper with me than almost anything else I've ever heard about him.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. I'm pretty sure he's stolen. I've talked about it before. I'm sure he's stolen a bunch of stuff from me in the past. But he wasn't stealing it like if you
He
imagine
wasn't doing it
here-
maliciously.
He wasn't. It's really not malicious stealing. He pictures himself as like this character who has less than he needs, and he sees a character who has more than they need in his evaluation of them, and he's like, well, hey, if I had more than I needed, I would happily, just toss it away, because that's what he does when he gets any money. No matter how much I paid him over the years, it was all gone by Monday. It was always gone. It was like, oh, I got money in my hands. What do I fucking do with money?
Yeah.
Here. I need new tires.
I just
I need-
see him like, hey, Kyle, can I borrow a cordless impact driver? Ooh, got me a new cordless impact driver. Unless Kyle remembers I got it.
Yeah.
Like, I
We
feel
pulled
like he's not so dumb that thought isn't in his head.
Oh, it's in his head. We pulled a prank on him one time to see how he would react. He had like a couple of guns in his car that were mine, and his car was parked there at my dad's place, and he was in the field doing something, driving a tractor or something. And so Scott and I go out to his truck, and we get my guns out of his car. It wasn't anything crazy, a couple handguns and a shotgun, and we take them
$1,000
out.
at least.
Yeah. Take them out. Hide them in my car. Don't say a fucking thing. Don't say anything. 3 days go by. He doesn't say anything. 4 days go by. I'm like, Jeremy, hey, do you have that pump shotgun? I'm gonna go just make something up. I don't remember what I said. I'm gonna go dove hunting, or I'm gonna go. I need it for a video, or I'm gonna do a thing. I ain't get that pump shotgun. You got the Remington? Yeah. It's at home. I'll bring it by tomorrow. He knows it's not at home. He thinks he's lost it. He thinks it's been stolen from him.
It
No,
has
they-
been kind of.
It has been stolen.
No, it's
Just
been
went on
returned.
for just went on for 3 days with me, like ramping up every day. Hey, I really need it, man. Come on, tomorrow, right? You want me to? I can come back with you to your place and get it tonight if you're not going to be able to bring it tomorrow. Oh no, I'll bring it tomorrow. He's just sweating it out over there, thinking that he's lost a grand worth of guns or whatever that he's going to be responsible for, and he's just lying through his rotten teeth.
Yeah.
Through his tooth. Yeah.
Lying through his
Lying
gums.
through his tooth. So yeah, I don't know. You know, he's a piece of shit, but I guess he was kind of my piece of shit. So you know, I forgive a lot. I'm a nice guy in that way, I suppose. He was always good for a laugh. He'd just do the stupidest shit. You know, he was comic relief. You know,
Mhm.
Scott and I have gun permits. You know, open carry or concealed carry, and we would oftentimes, especially in Texas. Everybody. It's like wearing boots when you go to Texas. You want to fit in, just throw a fucking handgun on your hip, and they think you're cool. And I'd look, and Jeremy's got a gun stuck in his pants, and I'm like, Jeremy, what are you doing with a gun stuck in your pants? You can't do that. We're at Circle K. Everybody else got a gun. Yeah, everybody else that took the test and filed the paperwork. Everybody else has a little card right here that says we can, except for you. The guy with the Ruger in his back pocket.